Hey everyone, it's Tom Sydney Bushnell from Site Club, aka Numbers. Hopefully this is going to be a quick episode. It's late in the evening here in England. I've just been studying one of President Trump's rallies, the one in Goodyear in Arizona today, or earlier today. And some amazing things have come out. Some of you that follow my work will know where I stand on quite a few things. And those that are new, welcome. Do hit the like and subscribe button and click the notification bell, and you'll get more of these videos, and share it with friends. But thank you for all your support, everyone. What I do is I decode the things that President Trump says, and I do that using the method that he encodes things, which is simple gematria, which is adding up the letters in a word and creating a numerical value. So for example, A is the first letter, B is the second letter, C is the third letter, D is the fourth letter, etc, etc. And if you add up the word Trump, T-R-U-M-P, you'll get 88. So that's what the magic number is. And by knowing that, you can work everything out that President Trump does and says. Okay, so we'll get straight into it. Goodyear in Arizona is comes to the value. Well, good comes to the value 41. 41 is also the value for king and also the value for alien. Year is 49. 41 plus 49 comes to 90. Incidentally, 49 is the same as XLM. But 41 plus 49 comes to 90. And 90, the word 90, N-I-N-E-T-Y, actually comes to 87, which is the same value for stellar, which is interesting. So XLM, stellar, etc. But let's go back to this. This is the real juicy stuff. So 90 plus 27. 27 is the is the number for kingship, Egyptian Trinity Templar kingship that Joseph Gregory Hallett, or Greg, taught me. He was the gentleman that spoke to me and taught me that, and I'm thankful for that, Greg. And if you're listening, good luck with everything, buddy. It's coming. But when you add 90 plus 27, you get 117, which is 11-7, which is November 7th. And I said last week with Charlie and Anna that's reset day. That's what I've worked that out to be, but there's many other reasons for that. So watch this space, people. Okay, now the other thing about this is I should have said is AZ. So Arizona, the abbreviation for Arizona is AZ. So A or Z in American. So A is 1. 26 is Z or Z, so A plus 26 comes to 27. So 1 plus 26 comes to 27, hence 27, and it's the mark for kingship. It's the number for kingship for the Egyptian Trinity, which President Trump is in, and also Greg. And I suspect the other one is JFK, or it may be even FLOTUS, might even be Melania. We'll know in time. Because President Trump is 91, he's POTUS. Greg is 92 in terms of Kronos numbers as well, the nickname he gave me with Jack Kidd, and the one that President Trump refers to many times. Thank you again, sir, for everything. And Melania is 93, which is FLOTUS. And incidentally, my last name Bushnell is 93, so I get to see all these things happening, and I'm grateful for the inclusion in the meanings. Okay, so. Also as well, if you look on my YouTube community, you'll see that I did a post about 3 days ago on a video that President Trump did when he came out and when he did his vote. There was a whole entourage of people with masks in his team, and one of them, I believe, was Greg. I put that out and said, did anyone else see Greg? And what President Trump has said this evening at this rally, which I'm going to reveal now, only reinforces what I first thought when I first saw it. I know I've met Greg. Greg's hands, the way he kind of walks and holds himself, I thought that was Greg in the video that you'll see the clip of. So have a look on my community wall and see what you think. But now we're going to get into why I think it definitely was Greg. Okay, so on 14 minutes and 5 seconds, 14 plus 5 is 19, which is important as well in this. So 19 years ago, September 11th, etc. We're going to start to reverse it. POTUS 91, 19. POTUS is going to reverse it all. So 19. But then this is what he said. President Trump says, he points to a guy in the audience and he says, "We have the King of Europe with us." He says, "We have the King of Europe." So you break this, who's the King of Europe? Greg's been making that claim for a while. So let's have a look at this. So the comes to 33. King comes to 41, as I've mentioned already. 33 plus 41 comes to 74, which is Jesus. It's also President Trump's age, 74. It's also London, which is 74. And Greg Hallett is the guy that first revealed that there were 2 Jesuses. He said that was the secret. I think that was the belief, if I'm correct, it was the secret of the Shin, which is the value for 21. And he said that there were 2 Jesuses. So there was the Nazarene Jesus of Nazareth, which was President Trump. I've done the numbers on that already. When you add up Jesus of Nazareth, it comes to 188, which is Trump. And the second Jesus, the other Jesus, was the Londinium one, the Jesus of London, which was Greg. Hence, he's the one that knows about it. So that being said, the King, 33, 41, 74. Then the word of, which is 21, which is the Shin. That comes to, guess what it comes to? It comes to 95. 95, when you add it up, is Gregory. The name and word Gregory comes to 95, which is Joseph Gregory Hallett, and he goes by Greg. Okay, so then Europe comes to 80. 80. So 80 plus 19 plus 95 comes to 194. Okay, 194. So 19 is the timestamp combination of that. So 95 plus 80 plus 19 comes to 194, and that's 1 plus 94. 94 is November, when all this is going to be revealed. 94 is John as well, so that's all tied in. Kennedy, Hallett, and October is the value of 78. They're all right now at the start. It's the pre-reveal, etc. But when we go into November, after the election, it's all going to go. Probably a little bit before as well. So, so 194 is 1 plus 94 comes to 95 again, which is Gregory. Okay, so this is what's happening, people. The other thing about Europe, 80, the number 80, when you write out the word 80, EIGHTY, comes to 74, which again is Jesus. Okay, now if you do it that way, okay, so you can do 95 plus 74, so 95 for Gregory, which is the king of, that's 95, and if you take Europe, and it's equals 80, but then if you do the word 80, it comes to 74, so 95 plus 74 plus 19 comes to 188, which is that other value for Jesus of Nazareth. So you can see that these two are very closely linked. Then President Trump makes a joke. He's already referred to Rand Paul. Then he says, and he points to Rand Paul and another guy, and then he says, and we have the King of Europe. And then he makes a joke about how Rand Paul would like that title. He says, has anyone ever heard of that title? And I bet you'd like that title. And guess what the word Rand comes to? R-A-N-D comes to 37. 37 is the word and name Greg. So he just points out and says that we have the King of Europe. Then he makes a joke with one of his guys, Rand Paul, and he keeps saying, Rand, you'd like that, you'd like that. I bet you'd like that. You'd love that, wouldn't you? Paul comes to 50, which is Donald. So President Trump is putting the two of them together, hence the two Jesuses. He's saying Greg and Donald. Greg and Donald comes to, so 37 plus 50 comes to 87. Okay, and 87, as I've already mentioned, is Stella, which I mentioned earlier, and 90 is the word 90 comes to 87, and 90 we got 90 from Goodyear, which is the place in Phoenix in Arizona where President Trump was speaking. Goodyear is king and year, so the year of the king. You see how all this links. Okay, now a little bit later, President Trump does a great piece of Trumpology, and on 15 minutes and 21 seconds, and blending into 15 minutes and 22 seconds, he says, instead of saying remember that, he just said remember that. He says member that. Now member comes to 56. That comes to 49. Again, which is the same as year, which is the same as XLM. So 56 plus 49, guess what that comes to, people? It comes to 105. 105 is New Zealand, the value for New Zealand. Greg is from New Zealand. 105 is also Jerusalem, which is where Jesus was. Okay? You can't make this stuff up, people. This is true. Okay. Now, 15 minutes and 21 seconds. So 21 is the shin, but 15 plus 21 comes to 36. It starts that, and then he finishes the phrase, the words remember that, and it goes into 15 minutes and 22 seconds. 15 minutes plus 22, so 15 plus 22 comes to 37, which is Greg. 36 plus 37 comes to 73. 73 is Joseph. Joseph Gregory Hallett. Okay, and in closing, a little bit later, he speaks again on 20 minutes and 41 seconds. 41 is king, so it's a marker for king again, as we started out at the beginning. And he says Walter Reed, referring to the Walter Reed Hospital that he went to a couple of weeks ago. I did a piece on Walter Reed a few weeks ago. Do have a look at that on my channel. And Walter Reed comes to 111. 111 comes to Londinium. Londinium is the old name for London. The time when Jesus of London, Jesus of Londinium, Jesus of Ludgate was there, which is Greg. Okay, if you do this, Jesus, so 74 plus 111 comes to 185. Guess what 185 comes to? It comes to Donald John Trump. Okay, so you can see that these two Jesuses, these two characters, have been going on from time immemorial, both of them. I understood this a little while ago with Greg and from the things that President Trump has been saying. But now this is just becoming more and more clear, and people will understand this. Also, if you do this, people, Donald and John, so if you drop the word Trump for a second, Donald is 50 plus John is 47. So 50 plus 47 comes to 97. 97, as I've said before, November used to be the 9th month. It's now the 11th month. But 9/7 is a direct reference and reflection to 11/7. 11/7 is reset day. And actually, if you break it down even more, the word reset is 67. The word day is 30. 67 plus 30, reset day, comes to 97. Thanks for listening, people. God bless. Speak soon.